Yo, this your man Big Zizzo coming at you from Chi-Town, the city of Win. Man, like I start every video off, I want to give a shout out to my mans and them over at Doc Got It, where real hip hop is and where real hip hop lives. And with this video, I want to try to finish up the West Coast portion of my region, my regional videos. And this time I'm going to talk about the best MCs. But before I go through that, I know there were a few omissions I left off on the best album list. And, my man, of course, my man's over there, Doc Got It. You know what I'm saying? They pulled my coat on a couple of them. So I'm going to, list them. Some of them were already on my list. It's just I didn't want to go in, the video would have been 15, 20 minutes long, and I didn't want to do that. But I'm going to give a quick shout to some of them that they did mention. Like Dilated People's The Platform, that was dope. Jurassic 5, Quality Control, that was dope. Sophia, Boxcar Sessions, definitely. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been that good since. Freestyle Fellowship, To Whom It May Concern. I like that one better than Inner City Grads. Both of them are good albums. If I had to choose one, To Whom It May Concern was better. This is one that my man Scheme that I didn't mention at all. Def Jeff, Just a Poor with Soul. Definitely. That's an omission. You know what I'm saying? Dropping Rhymes on Drums is still one of my favorite rap songs to this day. And with that mentioned, I had to go back and I had to mention Boss, Born Gangsters, you know what I'm saying? Because Def Jeff basically did that album. He just didn't do the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Black Alicious, no doubt is dope. But if I had to choose one of the albums to be, you know what I'm saying, what considered one of the West Coast best, it would be Nia. Cam, Never Again. No doubt. That's a classic. That's a classic. And that was a huge omission by me. The DJ Quick, his first two albums, Quick is the Name and Way Too Funky. DJ Quick's whole little camp that came out with him. But it was him, Second to None, High C, and AMG. AMG's Bitch Better Have My Money, classic. We wore that tape out back in 91. Wore it out. Wore it out. Was 91 or 92, whatever year. We wore it out. High C, Scandalous, we wore that out. I'm Not Your Puppet or Jack Move. I mean, we wore it out. Second to None, the name of their album is escaping me. I can't remember, but shit like If You Want It, we killed it. I mean, and of course, you know what I'm saying, DJ Quick, his first two albums, unexplainable. And then my last omission that I felt I should have definitely mentioned was probably the second best album in out of the High Road Camp. You know what I'm saying? And it's Pep Love's Ascension. I think that's like just behind 93 to Infinity. And maybe behind Dale's No Need for Alarm. Right there with each other. You know what I'm saying? Then Casual's Fear Itself. Those four albums are like the best in the history of that camp. And all four of them are classics. But what I'm going to do is for the some of the rest of this video, I'm probably going to make another one because I rambled on so much about the albums. Is I want to talk about the best MCs in the history of the West Coast. And like I always do, I like to go through a couple honorable mentions. I'm not going to go through all of these because there's so many people I have on here. You know what I'm saying? But honorable mentions, you have to start off with people like Murs. He didn't make my list, but we know how dope Murs is. Spice One, who just missed the list. Just missed it. He probably, somehow probably could have took off and put Spice One in there. But I didn't, whatever. Um, Sibo, Brother Lynch Hung. Brother Lynch Hung is dope. A female Yo-Yo. Um, like I was AMG, Quick, King T, Planet Asia, Sophia, Rascal. Who else is on this list? Threat only dropped one album, Sick in the Head, but that's one of the best albums on the history of the West Coast. So I had to give him his props. You know what I'm saying? You get people like DOC. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to put him in my top 10, but I mean, he made more than one album, but he only made one album where, you know what I'm saying, his voice was like it was. So he gets like a special honorable mention because if he could have continued. And like, you know what I'm saying, even though he came to the West Coast, he wasn't really a West Coast MC. The same thing with Tupac. Tupac came over to the West, but he was an East Coast guy. So I really didn't know how to classify Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna say Tupac was one of the best MCs in the history of the West Coast. I'm not even gonna put a number on him because I really didn't know how to classify him. You know what I'm saying? But you want to classify him as a West Coast MC, he's no doubt one of the top three or four, however you want to say it. And he definitely would in the top five. Um, WC just missed the list. Of course, he's dope, crazy. Um, Exhibit just missed the list. Somebody who really don't get the props that they deserve, I guess because he's in a group, but he does most of the rapping, is my man Boots Riley from the Coop. He's dope. But this is just part, you know what I'm saying, this is part one. The next part, I'm going to go ahead and get into the list of who's the best MC in the history of the West Coast. This Big Zizzo signing off. Holla back at you.